Okay, back to economic development. What is your plan for economic development? What kind of businesses do you want to attract? What kind of jobs do you want to attract? And after a 2-year term, what benchmarks can we use to verify your success?
That will go to Mr. O'Brien.
My plan for economic development is we're going to hire a qualified economic development director, someone who has a proven track record, somebody who has experience, they have contacts in the developmental world. The kind of development I would like to bring, of course, along Campbell Avenue, retail. I mean, we have a center in town where there's some stores. My business is down there. There are floors down there. There's other businesses, but we need retail. You can't buy a shirt, you can't buy a pair of pants, you can't buy a bathing suit or right by the beach. In the center, that's what we need. Around the train station, we need large scale. I think we need maybe a mixed-use development, something that brings residential, commercial, retail. It's done in every other town. I do not believe here in West Haven, reinventing the wheel. We just continue to think that way. We have to get the job done. I don't think thinking that a vibrant commercial base in the city of West Haven is living in a fantasy land. I don't think that it's not something we can't do. We have to put our mind to it. We have to get it done. I think it brings jobs, as the small retail does too. But we need larger scale that brings more jobs and more tax revenue.
Thank you. Mayor Picard.
Thank you. Let's be clear, as I said before, the better we do paying down our debt and reducing our debt payments, our taxes don't go up, the more inviting West Haven is and is going to be. And you need foot traffic, you need pedestrian traffic, and you need automobile traffic. So what do? You connect Yale West, which we got $1 million grant to connect to our train station, sidewalks and streetscaping. You then connect it to our downtown and to Water Street. We also have a $10 million grant to redo Forest Road to connect UNH and Yale, and then you have combine them all together. So you have Campbell Avenue being redone, Forest Road intersection being done, Frontage Road being redone, and then you have foot traffic. We're also working on the Arts Center. It's nice to say, I want retail, but it's how do you get there? And we have done a lot. During the Great Recession, as they call it, we've had a number of stores that opened up. Let's not forget that. From, yes, Penske, the Yale West, the Aldi's, the Yale New Haven Hospital, which opened up across from the train station, the CVS, the Firestone that was approved, and I'm forgetting 100 to the Truffle Factory, which opened up on Front Avenue. There's a lot of good things, and people are looking at West Haven as a big investment because of the work we're doing and relationships that we've built. And we've got a great economic development task force also. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chatterjee.
Well, economic development is very important to the city. I believe it's been lacking. There's been, we had a Walmart a few years ago. We got a new CVS and a Firestone on the horizon. And I've actually seen the plans for Forest Cove, which is the old Forest Theater. And that's going to be 36 apartments and a retail on the bottom floor. Of course, I'm not sure about the traffic, considering UNH and everything right now, how that's going to work out well. But I think other reasons is you have to offer an incentive program for people to come to West Haven. Right now, they know we're broke. And you come into our city, both sides of it, and it looks like a dump. You have to clean the city. And you can't do anything until you have the money. So the finances, it's all going to get back to the finances, to getting our finances in order. And you got to streamline the process. The process right now, it's easier to get a business in Milford than it is in West Haven. And when it comes to our fees, they compare us to other towns, and that's how they make them, instead of the right way and proper way to take care of our money. I believe once we get our money and our finances in order, it's like getting your ducks in a row. That's when we're going to bring business to town.
Thank you. You want to give the mayor an opportunity to respond to that, please?
Listen, streamline the process, I think we've done that. We have an excellent planning and zoning commission now that expedites, doesn't circumvent, they're on time, they're very professional. It's giving incentives to commercial entities. The first thing we need to do is continue to do what we have been doing, which is market the city, market the region. We have a great task force that's been helping us do that without a marketing budget. We just did a brokers event last week that was exceptional. So those are the type of things that we're doing and we'll continue to do.
Thank you. Next question. You want to rebut? Yes.
Yes, I'd like to rebut. Mayor Picard talks about we have an excellent team and we brought a lot of stuff in, and he had a lot to do with it. He sent around this postcard about the train station where he created it. CVS, the landowners, the developers created it, the realtors marketed that property. Penske had nothing to do with it. The owner that sold that land said he didn't even come to the ribbon cutting. The most egregious thing is the train station, and he took credit for it for creating, was started by a group of people, Dodie Ireland, David Carmody, Marty DeGrand, and we have the chairman here, Mike McCurano. Those people, they got that train station. So I don't know about your people that you've got, and you have excellent people that you're bringing in economic development, but it's not what they're saying. Thank you. And thank you, Mike.
We will give the mayor an opportunity to
Absolutely.
respond to that question if he.
I would love to. Listen, at the ribbon cut, and I gave Mike Mercuriano and Doty Island credit for the grassroots. I'd also tell you, and Al Martin, who's the Deputy Commissioner of DOT, we worked tirelessly. We met every 6 weeks. We continued, and we met countless times to make sure this project stayed on track. So I'm not taking all the credit, but I did work extremely hard for that. And there are some people in this room that weren't invited to those meetings. I apologize. But my concern was then, and is now, is that if the economy changed, the first thing they could do is pull the project off the table. And when the market fell off the table, the economy changed, but we had an excellent relationship and they still went forward doing it. So thank you very much for that opportunity.
Let's move to our next question.
Well, to me, it's very simple.
No.
Economic development, let's get back to the economics. We're millions in debt, creation of new jobs, raises. I'm sorry, but people have to realize the serious economic situation West Haven is in. And once they realize that, it's just a simple thing of owning a house. If you want to make a wall, do a driveway, make the place more appealing, it costs money. And this is what's going to bring in economic development. Take care of our finances, stop the waste in City Hall, hundreds and thousands in fines because of inadequate payments. Stuff like that has to be taken care of immediately.
Thank you. We're going to move that.